Lie down. Sego Sawagwego, good morning. It is now January the 23rd, and it is 9:15 in the council chambers. The council has assembled. Councillor Curtis Brent has a family emergency, but he will be running a bit late this morning. But will be joining us later on this morning. Just want to wish everybody a good day, and for those who are following online, thank you very much for joining the council this morning. We have, before we start, one of our former members of council passed away this past week. Winston Brandt was a councillor here a few years ago, and so I would like to have a minute of silence to remember him and to say our prayers that his spirit will rest in peace. May Winston and all the members who have served our community over the years in many capacities, may their spirits now rest in peace. So we have, we give our thanks to the Creator for all of his goodness and his help to us, help with the daily work that we do to improve the quality of life for our people. We have before you now an agenda, and so I'd like to have a motion, first of all, to declare the council meeting now open. We will move and we will second.
I'll move.
Is there a seconder? Second by Aguirre. Anyone opposed? Seeing none, motion is carried. We have before you an agenda. The first order of business will be to review and adopt the agenda. We have minutes from the council meeting of January the 7th, 2025. We have any business arising from those minutes. We have any upcoming meetings outside of the territory that have not already been approved. We need to set a date to review the governance manual. There are some hydro connections at 184 Upper Slash Road, 498 Highway 49, 2185 York Road, non-resident culvert installation, and MTO road subsidy application for funding. Land ownership, how much a landowner can have, and right now the current policy is promotion of council is $500 per member. There are some business registrations for Oguari Creations for the Teacher's Bookshelf business. Harvesting requests from Daryl Ricard. There are land transfers, and I understand that, is that the one it's number 15 that's pulled? 14 is pulled? Okay. So just note that we'll have a motion to defer that then. When we get to it, the land allotment, John Hill, and the Tourism and Visitor Center business proposal. Good morning, Curtis. Any out of country travel? So I've been requested to speak at the meeting in the London, England, United Kingdom. It's about basically economic investment opportunities in Canada in First Nations. Red Cedar's budget increase and changes to the organizational structure. The Exa-Goha Child Care Center policy revisions, before and after school program name change, ISC Amendment 120 and 121 to provide additional funding to MBQ. There are some legal invoices from Miller Thompson invoices and from JFK Law invoices. The TMC logo, the LTC logo is there for approval. The BCH studies, the solar PV installation feasibility study, the addition to MBQ organizational structure, education admin assistant position, addition to the MBQ organizational structure, the youth enrichment and development program manager, addition to the MBQ organizational structure for community consultation coordinator, and this relates to the Four Pillars Society funding for loss of culture in the class action lawsuit Godfredson. The MCR land transfer signature, Alan, this is for Eagle Hill. There are some Alan Pratt invoices relating to our land claims. The proposal for a quality improvement project. The upcoming meetings are January the 28th. That'll be the local business. February the 6th is the regular council meeting. February the 11th is the local business meeting. February the 17th is the council regular meeting. February the 26th is the local business meeting. There's an add-on, some 6 Morley invoices. Can I have a motion to approve the agenda and note that number 14, the land transfers are not ready for this council meeting. They'll be deferred to the next council. Aaron and Linda.
I asked for the addition for the update on the debt report. Is that about it or? Okay. Thank you.
So read over your minutes, send it, and I'll just go to my house to get my glasses. I forgot to bring them. Oh, they're there. Yeah. So the members that are viewing online don't have a copy of the minutes because they're not posted online until, well, they're in draft stage until they're approved by council. So I will read the draft minutes dated January the 7th, 2026. A meeting of the Tyendinaga Mohawk Council was held on Wednesday, January the 7th, 2026 at 9:30 a.m. in the council chambers. I was present. Aguari, Chris Brandt, Curtis Brandt, Aaron, Linda, and Kristen and Sarah Lopp were present. Kristen and Sarah Lopp were present. Staff present were Angela Miracle and Shelley Bowden and Charles Miracle, my assistant. Motion 1 was moved by Linda and seconded by Aguari to open the meeting. The motion was carried. Motion 2 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Curtis to adopt the agenda. The motion was carried. Motion 3 was moved by Aguari and seconded by Curtis that the council minutes of December the 19th be approved. The motion was carried. Motion 4 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Linda to approve the following meetings outside the territory. Chief and Aguari will be attending the Open TA meeting on January 21st and 22nd, 2026 in Grammar First Nation. Chief and Curtis will be attending the AI Chiefs Council Strategic Planning Session on January the 28th and 29th in Toronto. The Chief will be attending the NIHB National Dialogue Session on February the 3rd, 4th in Vancouver, attending the 19th Annual Health Forum on February the 11th in Toronto, and attending the AI Health Transformation Meeting on February the 18th to the 19th, 2026, at the Toronto Airport. The motion was carried, and the meeting in Vancouver will be paid, the expenses will be paid for by the AFN. Motion 5 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Chris Brandt that as requested by the Bank of Montreal and Indigenous Services Canada, the duly elected council for the term of December the 18th, 2025 until December 17th, 2027 is as follows. Chief R. Donald Miracle, Councillor Chase Aguari Brandt, Councillor Chris B. Brandt, Councillor Curtis Brandt, Councillor Aaron Ferrante, Councillor Linda Lewin, and Councillor Christian Sarah Loft. MCR 2025-2026-074 was approved and signed, and the motion was carried. Motion 6 was moved by Curtis and seconded by Chris Brandt to approve the contract with Canadian Environmental Services to complete a geotechnical investigation to confirm the geotechnical site conditions for the Lower Slash Road and Mowbrays Road for the water main extension in the amount of $29,750, and the motion was carried. Motion 7 was moved by Chris Brandt and seconded by Curtis Brandt to approve the business registration for Adrian Brandt Carpentry, owner Adrian Brandt. The motion was carried. Motion 9 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Linda to acknowledge the Chief Miracle, Councillors Aguari Brandt, Chris Brandt, Curtis Brandt, Aaron Ferrante, and Linda Wynn will be attending the Iroquois Caucus meeting on February 18th and 19th, hosted here in Tyendinaga. Motion is carried. Motion 9 is moved by Chase Aguari Brandt and seconded by Aaron Ferrante to approve the following land transfers from Howard Donald Joshua Brandt, Nancy Rose Brandt, Janet Louise Trumper, Valerie Diane Dana, and Donna Marie Brandt to Thomas Joseph Miracle for Lot 2-2, Concession 1, Candaland Survey Record 76775. Number 2, from Kathy Christine Brown to Elijah Chavez Miracle for Lot 70 in part Lots 6 and 7 south of the road, Concession 1, Revised Statutes of Ontario 6730R, and Lot 46-4, Concession 1, Canada Land Survey Record 79706. Number 3, from Sarah Wilhelmina Brandt to Sarah Courtney Bernhardt for Lot 32K-3, Concession A, RSO 2110, save and accept Lot 32K-5, Concession A, Canada Land Survey Record 111595. Number 4, from Karen May Lewis to Rachel Catherine Beck for Lot 5D-7, Concession 2, Canada Land Survey Record 114185. Number 5, from Sherry Lou Lewis to Michael Christian Brandt for Lot 27H-4-2, Concession 2, Canada Land Survey Record 95766. Number 6, from Marion Patricia Brinklow to Patricia Leanne Downer, Richard Mark Brinklow, and Marion Patricia Brinklow as joint tenants for Lot 33K-2, Concession A, Canada Land Survey Record 97361. Number 7, from Matthew Kelly Brandt to John Thomas Jr. Baptiste for Lot 68 3-2, Concession 1, Canada Land Survey Record 97360, and Lot 8B-2-3, Concession 1, Canada Land Survey Record 97360. Number 8, from Miles Orville Wesley Adam Green to Skylar Jason Leo Green for Lot 23L-10-1, Concession A, Canada Land Survey Record 109363. 9, from Joseph Daniel Petterbaugh to Melanie Joyce Creasy, Stephanie Ann Partridge, Adam Charles Petterbaugh, and Joseph Daniel Petterbaugh as joint tenants for Lot 30-3, Concession 2, Canada Land Survey Record 94740, Lot 30C-5, Concession 2, Canada Land Survey Record 11821, Lot 30C-2, save and accept Lot 30C-4 and Lot 30C-5, Concession 2, Canada Land Survey Record 110821, Lot 30K-1-5, Concession A, RSO 4905R, and Lot 31K-1-6, Concession A, RSO 4905R. From Sarah Joyce Miracle, and that should read Miracle, just make that correction, McAdee to Adam David King for Parcel E, Lot 10, Concession 1, Canada Land Surveyor Record 51173. The motion was carried. Councillor Curtis Brandt declared a conflict of interest on number 5, and Councillor Sarah Loft declared a conflict of interest on item number 10. The motion was carried. Motion 10 was moved by Aaron Ferranti and seconded by Chase Aguari Brandt to defer the land allotment to John Hill for clarification that all documents have been signed. The motion was carried, and I can confirm that all the documents have been signed. Motion 11 was moved by Chris Brandt and seconded by Linda Lewin to approve signing the interagency memorandum of understanding between the Mohawk Family Services, Highland Shores, and capital S there on Shores, CAS, Family and Children Services of Frontenac, Lennox and Addington, FACL-FLA, Leeds Granville, CAS, Native Child and Family Services of Toronto, and Deneg Daweneg, Binuji Yuck, Child and Family Services, DBCFS. The motion was carried. Motion 12 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Linda to approve the signing the Ministry of Health Agreement for the Home and Community Care Services. The motion was carried. Motion 13 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Curtis to approve the signing of the Indigenous Services Canada Funding Agreement 2122 ON 00027 and then 0117 and the amount of 220,000 for MBQ renovations, number 0118 and the amount of 172,301 for waste management operations and maintenance, amendment number 0119 in the amount of $71,019 for economic development readiness and emergency management capacity building. The motion was carried. Motion 14 was moved by Chris Brandt and seconded by Aaron Ferranti to approve to pay the Gowland's invoices numbers 206-05255 in the amount of $2,932.50 and invoice number 206-25826 in the amount of $2,963, both for the Culberson Tract partial settlement per capita distribution. The motion was carried. Motion 15 was moved by Chris Brandt and seconded by Curtis Brandt to approve to pay JFK Law invoices number 404-601 in the amount of $637.50 for general matters. Invoice number 404-693 in the amount of $56,821.92 for the Seth LaForte court proceedings. The motion was carried. And I think instead of proceedings, we could put the word injunction proceedings in there. Motion 16 was moved by Chris Brandt and seconded by Aaron Ferranti to approve the revisions to the Mohawk Community Center rental policy to increase the deposit to $300 per floor, $250 just to rent the kitchen, and $450 to rent a floor and kitchen. The motion was carried. Motion 17 was moved by Chris Brandt and seconded by Aguirre to approve the signing of the Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation loan agreement in the amount of $1,088,000 to construct 5 one-bedroom homes on Flat Street. The motion was carried. Motion 18 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Aguirre to approve to pay the Derek Wong invoices 896 in the amount of $5,809.23 economic development. Invoice number 897 in the amount of $5,600 economic development. Invoice number 898, $10,534.23 economic development. Invoice number 899, $13,300 economic development. The motion was carried. Motion 19 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Curtis to acknowledge the Indigenous Services Canada reporting schedule. The motion was carried. The council confirmed the following meetings. January the 14th will be the local business. January the 21st will be the regular council meeting. January the 28th will be the local business. February the 4th will be the regular council meeting. February the 11th will be the local business. February the 18th will be the regular council meeting. February the 25th will be local business. Motion 20 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Aguirre that this meeting go into private. The meeting went into private at 10:40 a.m. and the motion was carried. Are there any errors, omissions, or corrections to these minutes? Chris?
No.
Chip?
No, Chip.
Aaron?
No,
Sarah?
no, I'm good.
Linda?
No.
Aguirre? Just Shelley, the number 2122 to the motion 13, should that be, that's the right number, is it?
What the right number?
Motion 13, because sometimes it usually refers to the year of the amendment. I said this is 2122.
It is the right number.
That's what the department sent? Yeah. Okay. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes then as provided?
A motion.
Aaron? And who will second it?
I'll second.
Linda? Aaron and Linda, anybody opposed? Seeing none, motion is carried.
That number probably starts that way because it's a 5-year agreement. So would have started in 22.
It started in 22?
Yeah, it's a 5-year agreement. It would have started in 22.
Oh, I
That's how
see,
you have
that's
the
why.
numbers.
Okay, that's why that date, okay. I wasn't sure.
And the only thing I have, Chief, is when we talk about the scheduled meetings, we have the Iroquois caucus on the 18th and we have regular. What are we doing with that?
We'll have to reschedule that meeting. We have regular that day?
Yeah, for the Iroquois, because Iroquois caucus is
No,
here, right?
we'll have to reschedule that because the council's already approved to host the Iroquois caucus.
You'll also have to reschedule the local business for next week because Chief, you and Curtis are out of town.
Okay. So we'll add that to the agenda and reschedule those meeting dates. We'll put that down as an add-on, but that'll be number 33, only the Hicks Morley invoices, and 34 reschedule meeting. Is there any business arising from the minutes?
I
Chris?
think, when is the Iroquois caucus meeting again? 1819?
I believe so, yes.
I think
Yes,
we
18th, I
identified
think.
February 17th as the meeting.
Oh, okay.
Let me see here, February 18th. 19th.
February 18, 19 is Iroquois caucus, and so we had
Yeah,
agreed to have it on the 17th.
well, I have a motion, it's in my calendar, so I have a motion, so Shelley would have sent this around already. Did you not get it, Linda?
Well, I probably just didn't write it down, chief.
Okay, all you have to do when she sends you the email,
Yeah, I
Just
know,
press
but I have
accept and it
another
would-
calendar, but my other calendar got ripped up.
okay.
The dog ate it,
Oh.
so I'm
No, but
trying to
if you use
re-put
your
everything
phone-
in the new one.
If you have a calendar.
I do,
I'll
but
find your
sometimes
phone.
it didn't come up for this meeting,
It didn't.
so I had to get Bryce to fix that.
Okay,
So it might be in there now.
okay, the 17th is the next council meeting, so that'll be, all right. So is there any business arising from the minutes of Wari?
Nope.
Linda? Sarah?
No.
Eric?
Nope.
Check? No. Chris? I'll just note none then. No business arising from the minutes? Meetings outside of the territory that have not already been approved by council. Chris, do you have any?
No.
Chip?
No.
Aaron?
I just have a question. So on the same time that the Iroquois caucus meeting is the AI Health Transformation meeting? Are you going, which one are you going to? Because I was just thinking
Iroquois
maybe
caucus.
he's gonna go to Iroquois
He's gonna
caucus?
stay here for that.
Okay. So maybe I'll go to the AI
Health
Health
transfer?
Transformation. meeting.
Okay, that's fine. So let's get a motion now then to approve that Aaron will go to health transformation.
I'll motion that, chief.
Second by Curtis, motion carried.
Thank you.
Okay, do we need a date to set to have the review of the governance manual? So take your calendars out.
Okay, chief, but you
Are
only
you-
did half of the room.
I know, are you gonna finish the table?
You only did half of the room for the maintenance outside the
Oh, I'm
territory.
sorry. Do you have any?
You shut down over there.
Okay, I'm sorry. Do you have any meetings outside the
I
territory?
don't know.
Do you have, Linda?
Yes, we do, chief.
What do you
You
have,
and
sir?
I.
What's that?
AFLGC,
Oh, yes, that's right.
March 11th and 12th. I was thinking, oh, I'm getting ripped.
So can we have a motion that Linda and I will attend the ALFDC meeting
Do you
on March
want-
11th and
I'll
12th?
just add it to the motion there that's already there.
Yeah. Do you want to add your other meeting too that you emailed us about?
The line one.
Well, I've been invited. Usually we make a presentation on economic investment opportunities in First Nations. I went in the year 2024. I was unable to go last year. We did have some sponsors that paid some of our expenses. This time there are no sponsors. And usually I spoke on opportunity for investments in energy projects like wind, solar. They're proposing at some point in time to build a transmission line from Toronto to Ottawa. And I thought there could be maybe an opportunity there, maybe for collectively for the Iroquois caucus communities to maybe own that transmission line. That would be one of the areas. Then of course is the 401 with tourism and traffic there. But sometimes some of the other communities focused on mining and forestry opportunities. So the chiefs that spoke in 2024 were Chief Derek Epp from British Columbia and Chief David Jimmy and myself, and we received keys to the City of London for the Lord Mayor. So the London, old City of London is the one of the major financial districts of the world. And so there's an opportunity there that you meet a lot of people that are looking to invest money. That's why Carney is going to all these countries to improve trade and investment in Canada because of the impacts of tariffs. So they've asked me to be a speaker there again, and I said I would have to ask the council.
Is there an estimated cost if there's no?
I can get the estimated cost, because last year, as I said, I didn't have to pay all of the expenses. They had to pay for food and the lodging, but they paid average fare. And then we were taken out for dinner and stuff like that by some people, so. And so I was also invited to go to St. James's Palace and met Prince Edward, so he came here last year.
And whereabouts is that, Chief?
It's in London, England.
And when is it?
It's the week after Easter, according to the
April 8th
information
and 9th.
I got from Robert Brandt.
8th and 9th?
I just got it yesterday.
At the London Stock Exchange.
8th, 9th April.
So anyway, we don't have to decide today, but that's pretty much what I did when I was there. And actually, we did have a lot of interest from a lot of different investors, but
Could we find out what the estimated cost?
I can do that. And I'm sure they're probably looking to banks and stuff to for sponsorship, yeah. Okay. So we need to set a date to review the governance. Look at your calendars. Is there any proposed dates? I don't think this should be an add-on to a council meeting. This requires some discussion. We should at least devote a half a day to it.
I agree.
So what dates are available? So let's start with Sarah and Aaron. You usually have, and Chris, you have work-related. And Ngwari, what would it be for you? Linda's can be flexible.
I'm okay with any date that you decide, Chief.
Okay. Is there any dates to avoid? Let's start there. Or dates that will work for you, Sarah and Aaron.
So like looking into the first week of March, I know we haven't set our council meetings for March yet, but the 2nd or the 5th or the 6th work for me. Or sorry, the 2nd, the 2nd, 5th or 6th.
So I have an occupancy meeting on March the 2nd for our long-term care from 10:30 to 11, but we could take a break during that time.
Or we could just do like, we could identify the 5th or the 6th.
The 5th will work.
I think the second.
Does March the
The
5th,
16th, the 20th, little NHL.
does March the 5th work for everybody?
Hold on. The second week, you said,
No,
starting with the little NHLers.
March break is, for little NHL is the 16th to the 20th.
Okay.
So March the 5th then, could we say 9 o'clock then?
Sure.
Does that work for everybody? Is there anybody it doesn't work for?
So I would just ask too, that if we're gonna set March 5th for the meeting, that I know there's some parts of the governance manual that are complete, so it's maybe a
I
target
just didn't get a
date.
chance to talk to Shu. She was out this week.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll have a motion then to hold the governance manual review on March the 5th from 9 till noon. Who will move?
I will move.
Sarah and Linda?
I can second.
Anybody opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. March the 5th, okay? Hydro connection, 184/road. So there's a request here to approve the hydro connection at 184/road. The work is driven by a 200 residential source required to power a trailer and build a house. The site is staked for a new pole and anchor, and the pole is set back 6.6 meters from the edge of the pavement on the south side of the ditch. Nick Brinkle, road superintendent, has reviewed. It is recommended to grant approval for Hydro One to complete this work. Does council approve? So I need a motion, mover and seconder.
All motion, Chief.
Curtis, who will second it?
I'll second.
Aaron?
You say they're setting up a temporary, yeah, but
And then building.
Hydro has to set up a temporary, service, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what, but they want to know if they can put the pole, leave it there. Okay, oh, so.
The site is staked for a new pole and anchor. And it says it's set back 6.6 meters from the edge of the pavement on the south side of the ditch. So that's a permanent pole or an anchor they're putting.
But it's way up. That's why Nick reviewed it. Okay.
What number is this? Could you tell us the numbers, please, on, because on our agenda here.
Number 5.
184.
I know they're not.
They're not
in
more,
order.
they're
You can
all-
you press.
How do you do that?
Okay,
Why is,
this is, I just got addresses here, 184.
She's showing them how to view it.
Open it.
Oh, perfect, thank you.
I don't know them. Oh. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes, Sarah?
because you're there.
Is there a cost to MBQ on this?
No.
Okay, so is it typical that this comes to us?
Yes.
In 1950, when the Seymour Electric Company was authorized by the council to put hydro on the reserve, the council had to approve any work they did from that point on. There's a resolution of the council from 1950. And that was the agreement, and that's Hydro's understanding, and they've stuck to that. So they've always asked council for permission to be on the reserve. There was another issue too, where they had to take a meter off of a house because the meter belongs to Hydro, and they didn't pay the bill, and the Hydro had problems getting the meter off the house. So this is part of the arrangements that you agree to when you get a Hydro connection.
Okay.
We're trying to get.
Because the other thing is-
Start to clarify a lot of this. We're trying to put a meeting together for this.
The other thing, the work is being done on Van property and the road allowance, and so usually the owner gives permission for work to be done on their property. Okay. Anybody opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. There is a Hydro One upgrade. So the request is to approve and provide a service to a residential unit at 498 Highway 49 to accommodate their plans for some residential upgrades to their property. Nick Brinkle, the road superintendent, has reviewed. It is recommended that council grant approval for the Hydro One to complete the work. Is there a mover and seconder to enable Hydro One to complete the work?
I'll move, Chief.
Curtis will second it.
A second, Chief.
Linda, anybody opposed? Anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried.
I'm looking at these sketches. Some of these places are a long way off the road. So what is Hydro allowing for holes in?
It's underground service.
Oh, it's an underground service.
For Indians, there's something up.
All right.
They're just waiting on Hydro whole meter, which it's already been staked.
Okay.
It's still just on
Remember to speak into the microphone because people can't hear you. they're listening online. There's a hydro demand enhancement. There's a request to approve Hydro One to complete demand enhancement. This work is required to enhance the existing power supply on the Marysville DSF1 feeder to add regulators. The regulators can assist in regulating the primary voltage on the main line to ensure secondary service fed from it do not suffer from low-high voltage. As part of this work, there's a new anchor being installed. There are no easements required for this work. Everything taking place is on the road allowance. Nick Brinklow, road superintendent, has reviewed, and it's recommended that council grant approval for Hydro One to complete the work. Does council approve?
Where is this located?
Just down from Uncle Jim, you know where the Thomases are? That they're building. a
Highway
house
2,
in
Old
the-
Highway 2.
Okay.
Does council approve this work? If so, we need a mover and seconder.
I'll motion.
Aaron?
I'll second that, Chief, yeah.
Is anyone opposed? Anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. There is a request from an Andrew Isbester, who's not a band member. He's requesting a culvert application. Andrew Isbester is applying to the town of Desirant for rezoning the corner lot at an intersection on Green Street and North Street. He is seeking authorization to install a culvert to facilitate an exit from property onto North Street. MBQ does not have a formal culvert application process for non-territory residents. See the attached briefing note. It's recommended that council approve option 1, subject to the provision as outlined within the briefing note. So the briefing note reads that Andrew Isbester of AMI Properties Orkney Residential Damon Storage is proposed to develop a vacant lot at the intersection of Green Street and North Street. The proposed development is a 1.5-story, 8-unit apartment building complete with parking lot for 12 spaces. The building will be connected to water and sewer from Green Street. Andrew is seeking authorization to install an exit driveway onto North Street as per the attached site plan. We do not have a formal policy, entrenched culvert policy for non-territory requests. MBQ currently has similar situations. The location on Mowbray's Road where the non-territory residence has a driveway connection to MBQ Road. Shandle Homes serviced by a combination of township and MBQ roads. Roads Department reviewed and recommended to have the proponent fill out a driveway application to pay the $150 administration fee. We will provide the size of culvert that is needed. They will need to provide a date to install so we can have a representative on site to ensure it's done correctly. There may be adverse impacts to North Street asphalt from a small increase in traffic on North Street. Flat Street development residents will require access from Brant Street, Green Street, Mill Street, considered town roads. Recent MOU of town details MBQ paying $200 toward the lift station, $200,000 towards the lift station upgrades and costs for resurfacing Brant Street. Political goodwill, maintaining good relations with the town. One is TMC authorizes the request with conditions. Proponent proceeds with an 8-unit housing development. Maintain positive political relations. Cons, although minimal, an increase in vehicular traffic for the area, culvert maintenance and future. TMC denies the entrance, no action required. Political implications, applicant required to search alternatives. Recommended option 1, authorize the culvert installation subject to TMC approving the non-territory culvert policy. They fills out the driveway application, pay $150. MBQ provides culvert sizing and coordinates installation inspections. Does council approve this culvert installation?
Will this have any impact because we have more buildings coming in in the flat street, the little
No.
houses and
It's a
an
different site.
apartment?
It's a different site.
Yes,
But I
it
mean
is.
to
But
the
as
way
far as the
Flat
water
Street's
and the
over
sewer,
here.
the
No.
lift station, everything.
And the Green Street thing is over here.
but the water and sewer implications, there's not going to be any because we just had to pay for upgrades to lift stations there.
No, they're on the other side of the lift station.
So it doesn't impact.
So that this will be not tied to the lift station.
No, he has another, I believe, talking to Todd, he has another piece on the opposite side too. Wants to do the same thing on these two corner lots.
And that was confirmed that they don't need to tie into the water and sewer?
Not to ours. no,
Just the
it'll-
water.
It'll be into desert lots, because.
Yeah, so we have a quota that's reserved for, on reserved property with that MTA agreement. And there's certain amount reserved for, the town of Deserona in the surplus capacity. So we have a formal agreement.
Can
with
we
them.
ask Todd, is he around to come in?
Yeah,
Because
ask
I-
Todd to come up then, Angela, please.
I'd rather have, not have any implications down the line with them building these apartment buildings.
Yeah, because they already have one up there down on Green Street now. Right?
Mhm.
Have you seen those?
Mhm.
So they're just building right across from that. On Green Street towards, back to where I live.
But ultimately,
So
will
there's already
that
apartment
impact
buildings
the
on this side,
total
Chief,
water?
of Green Street.
I see
And
them.
then they want to build
have
some more on
capacity
this side of Green Street.
Yeah, 'cause we
As long
got
as it still has
50.
capacity.
We got 50, didn't we?
Is that right there?
We got
51?
50, yeah.
That's the one they have right now?
It's up to 50. Remember, we're coming at 48 or however they write the number. Ann's had talked to Brian.
Is
said
Todd in?
We had
Yeah, I just texted him to get it.
50 units, so.
Okay.
We got.
I was just gonna answer the question
I'm-
that, yes.
I'm good then,
So you've- like I said, you've already.
Okay.
got this.
it's in our thing.
And Chip, would that have any implications down the road when we want to build our apartment building to be able to hook to water and sewer?
It has enough
Okay.
capacity.
No, that's nothing to do with that.
Oh, all right.
They're on their side.
Mm-hmm.
We're on our side, and ours is tying in, right? So I believe this work for this new chamber is starting in 1st of April. They're gonna put a bypass in until they get the new chamber built, and it should be all done and operational in August, is what I was told.
Oh, okay.
But it's put in a bypass around the station so they can do the work until that new station's done. It's just going around bypass, right? You just bypass the station to do that. Which I believe Peak Engineering's got,
Yeah, well, all, the infrastructure department looks at all the implications of those issues that are being raised by council, but Todd will come up to elaborate if necessary.
My concern is that when we planned ahead and had to rebuild the lift station, and now after the fact, this more apartment buildings wanting to, this gentleman here wanting to build more apartment buildings, was that already taken into account when we had to yeah, so if they weren't already taken into account and we had to
Have a seat,
pay
Todd.
for a bigger lift station to come in to, so this guy could use it.
Okay, Todd, good morning, Todd.
Good morning, everybody.
And so Todd, you know everybody here, so there's no need for introductions. We're on the culvert request from Andrew Isbester
Yes,
on, for the Green Street apartment buildings that he wants to build there, and there's a request for a culvert. The question has come up that, would he be tied into the sewer system? Is there implications to MBQ with the lift station?
right. He's proposing to service his building off of Green Street, off the town's infrastructure.
So it would not be attached into our infrastructure at
Not
all?
on North Street.
And what about the water?
Both.
So
And off of
it's
Green Street.
it's not, so the service connections are not on NBQ property?
No.
Okay.
No, I just wanted to know if it would have any effect on how many buildings like we plan to build on Flat
No,
Street
it's
after.
all on the-
It's a different site.
All they need is a driveway off of North Street. We own North Street, so they're asking for permission to put a driveway.
A
off of
culvert.
North Street. Yes.
And Todd, so that driveway, it's be coming from that corner lot and it's coming this way to north? They're gonna put a culvert right in there and come this way?
It's going north, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so the way he's proposing it is, it's gonna be like one flow for the traffic, so the entrance coming in off of Green Street, and then flow, when they go to exit, they exit out onto, North Street.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Todd, you have to speak into the mic because we have people joining us online at the council meeting. That's good. So does that?
Fair enough. How's that?
That's good.
Okay, good.
So the question was, we could just repeat that. So if we have people listening online, so the entranceway will be on North Street.
Yes,
And we own all of North Street, including the ditches, correct?
whatever's in the right of way, chief, yes.
And so our crew will, because it's on our property, they will regulate the culvert insulation and anything that might impact drainage to make sure that there's no issues stemming from that. Correct?
Say that again?
The drainage, I guess, you'll size the culvert to handle the amount of water that.
Yes, we'll recommend the
drainage
size
and
of
all
the
that.
culvert, and we'll do the inspection there, chief,
Okay.
for the installation, yes.
Okay. Does that answer the council's questions?
Yep. I just
Chris,
wanted
does that
to
answer your
make sure there was
question?
no-
Chris?
I'm thinking what, yeah, we're making a decision here. And I'm okay with all, if all the assessments and everything else that's been done already. I'm just trying to, go over in my head what the community would think about us, allowing it, doing it. I don't know if if it would be a big problem for the community members, saying, hey, why are we supporting, or why are we doing this for non-natives now? Why don't we just take care of our own type of thing? So I'm just looking in a different direction,
Yeah,
and
just,
that's it.
And also to keep in mind too, Chris, that a lot of people in Desirona are our people.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm not saying that, but this is an investor or a
Okay.
construction businessman that is not
So
our people.
Is there any
doing
cost to the band, Todd? If he's going to pay, there's
No,
no,
he's
all we're
paying
doing is
for-
allowing to put a culvert there.
correct.
That's how I understood
And
this.
and there are other conditions out there, like in Shannonville and at the end of Mowbray's. There's other areas where there's a driveway.
Where there's a boundary issue.
Yes.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, on the briefing note, it says that the proponent will fill an application and pay $150 for administration fee, and then under it says that we have an MOU that we have to pay $200, and then upgrades and costs for resurfacing Brant Street. Does that mean that if this person does this work, that it's gonna cost us to resurface? Okay,
No. Brant Street is 2 streets over.
okay,
And so in order to get agreement with the town to service our subdivision on Flat Street, we agreed to resurface Brant Street, which
Okay.
is 2 streets over.
okay.
So like,
Or one street
there's
over.
all kinds of non-members that drive on our roads already. So it's, other than the
Yeah,
the
it's just
increase
we-
in
we
traffic
don't-
on North Street, it would be wear and tear on the road, right?
Correct. But the problem was that we didn't have an official policy in place to deal with an application for a
Okay.
non-territory resident for a
So
culvert.
the council could consider approving the request, provided that there's no cost to the band.
That would be good.
That would be the only thing. And just for everybody listening, is that I had questions in the beginning, but when Todd had stated that there are already roads that are being used just in the similar fashion, then I see no problem with it, as long as it doesn't cost the band a cent.
Okay, I'll put that in the motion then.
Okay.
Is there a mover for that? Chris Brandt, is there a seconder?
No second, Jay.
And Aaron and Curtis? Okay, Curtis? Motion, is anybody opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried.
Thank you,
Todd.
thank you, Todd. Appreciate it.
Do you want to do anything with the road subsidy? It's next. Do you need him for the road subsidy or? are you
Yeah,
good?
maybe just stay, just in case.
That's just the next item and then it'll be together. Sorry.
So Todd, that would have to be written in the agreement that there's no cost to the band.
The proponent will make an application.
Yeah, I see there's an application here, but there's no place on here where the signature is where it gets approved.
No, because, council has to adopt that as formal policy. That's what-
Okay. So we have to adopt the policy?
Yeah.
Okay, then can we have, but I thought we were just approving this one connection.
Well, we're gonna have to apply it, be consistent with it. how we
Okay.
apply it moving forward, right?
Okay, can we adopt this as a policy then?
Yep.
Okay, it's moved by Aaron. Is there a
So is
seconder?
that the cost on there too, the $150?
Sorry.
Is that the cost for like members on there too, the $150 for a driveway application?
No.
We're not there.
No, I mean, but like, is there a cost for members on there?
Is there,
There's a $50 deposit, and then we subsidize the gravel. So those types of subsidies are not provided to territory.
So it's just,
Okay.
But
So-
we will include non-school inspection. So that's, the administration fee is set at $150 to offset our costs for the time.
And that covers that.
Correct.
So Shelley, well, you wrote, there was a mover, Bruce Chris Brandt and Curtis approved the culvert insulation provided there's no cost to MBQ. Was motion one.
Todd, I have a question. Who does the inspection on it? Will that be us or the town of
Our
Deseret?
roads,
Us.
yes.
Because it's on our property, it's our road, okay?
has to
And
be-
so, and then there was, we need a mover then to adopt this procedure for these culverts that
Forward, yes.
moving
Can we
forward to
have
amend
a,
the
can we
policy.
have a, is there, what is the wording?
Yeah.
We need to have the wording that there is no,
It's-
there is
it's
no cost to
application.
MBQ with anything. No, he will add it. That's why we're doing it.
No, he,
Oh, it will. So you've added that, chief?
Well, would there be a cost tied to inspection?
No,
How-
we'd have to ask him. For
He said
inspecting
yes,
it, we're
but
doing
that
the work,
$150
we're doing the work
fee.
ourselves.
no, we're not doing the
No,
work. We're
this
doing the
person's
inspection.
doing the work.
They gotta pay to get it put in.
They gotta pay to have the
road.
culvert. Asbestos gotta pay to all costs to install the culvert.
Yes, but I thought we were doing it because we were doing it on our road. They would pay our,
No, we're giving him permission to do it. He's hiring his contractor. Our guys are gonna inspect it, right?
And we make the recommendation on the size of the culvert.
And the size of the culvert that has to be put into
so
accommodate the drainage.
they have to do whatever
Whatever the band
the
says.
event says.
Correct.
And that's what the $150 admin fee is for.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
$150 covers our inspection?
Yes.
And then we need a motion then to amend the policy to accommodate this provision.
Correct.
Our culvert policy to amend it, and then, and bring it back to council for review. Who will move that?
I'll move that.
Moved by Aaron, second by Chris. Anyone
Curtis,
opposed?
sorry, Oguari.
Oh, Barry, did you, oh, sorry. Moved and seconded. Anybody opposed?
Sorry.
That's right.
Was that the road subsidy or was that the policy?
No, that's a policy.
Who was it?
It was
Aaron
moved
and-
by,
Joey.
is anybody opposed to that resolution then to amend the policy? The culvert policy? Motion is carried. Thank you, Tom, for coming in.
Thanks, though.
Wait,
That was the first.
Oh,
The MTO subsidy, in case there's questions on this, okay?
Yeah, just-
So once a year, we have to send in a request for MTO subsidy. We don't usually get what we ask for, but we do forecast what our roads needs, our expenses will be. And it's the 2025 MTO subsidy report is completed, ready for submission. The subsidy amount of $2,381,967.80 will be submitted on behalf of the Roads Department. MBQ annual MTO subsidy is $388,480. Eligible expenses must total a minimum of $776,960. And what do they pay? Half of that?
We have them, our annual subsidy is set at 860 some thousand per year.
It's 776,960.
Okay, so we have to demonstrate $1.4 million worth the eligible expenditures
To get that.
to qualify for the full amount.
Okay,
And there's no supplementary funding this year.
none. We better write a letter to the ministry about that because there's pressures.
Should be getting fired off letters to the minister to request a meeting. I guess we help with that.
Well, I don't, we've actually asked Rick Breezy to get us a meeting. We've not heard back from him either. They say, congratulations, we want to work closely with MBQ. So we'll call Greg Rickford and say, your ministers don't meet with the chiefs. We have to pressure them to meet with us.
So this is just a maintenance, is it, on roads
This is
and,
for our annual road subsidy, yes. It deals with their maintenance.
So we have to send this report in to get some money from them. So I'd ask for council for a motion.
I'll motion.
I'll second that, chief.
And you've got to sign that top sheet. There's a spot for you to sign.
Is there, there is, let's see.
Todd, what's the estimate on what we do need?
See that?
On
Like for new, like we're putting in some new right of ways and some new roads and stuff, right? Or is that separate than this, or
yeah, that's different.
that's separate?
That's
Okay.
federal, and we've got this is just provincial side things that.
So, Sarah, in your package, there should be a listing of all what they spend the money on right here, like it looks like that. Did you have that? Did you get that?
Mm-hmm.
So roadside maintenance,
Yeah,
there's
it's on the next one.
$229,492.09.
Like
For
that's-
hard top maintenance, $114,521.29. Loose top maintenance, $75,886.27. Winter control, $399,148.39. And safety devices, signs, guide rails, railway crossings, $124,833.08. And that subtotal is $1,123,373.22. Overhead, $78,636.13 for a total maintenance expenditure cost of $1,202,009.34.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a breakdown of where they spend money or need to spend money. So-
Just for those eligible expenditures.
For
They don't-
eligible.
Yeah, they don't cover
Everything. Okay, so it's been moved and seconded. Is there anybody opposed to the motion? Seeing none, the motion is carried. That's signed, Todd, ready to go? I signed, yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, well,
The land ownership policy per member. And TMC to discuss how many acres each member can own.
I think this is a community meeting or survey or something.
Something else.
Yeah, we should have some kind of survey, like if we have a community meeting, we know that we don't get a lot of participants out to the meeting, so I think that we should send out a survey to those people, whether it be online or by mail. But we need to hear from as many of our community members as possible, because this is a very, very, very important subject that we cannot make more land.
Well, we can if we go back and get more land then.
Yeah, and it's a long process.
I
We
think
know
as
that.
council, we should be focusing on getting more land back that has been taken from us, that has been wrongfully taken.
And we are, and it has been, and you know how long the government
Well, I don't- I'm not-
just drags their heels. So anyway, as far as the land that we have in our possession right now, I think we need to hear from the community more. So please, if you're listening as a community, this is something that we need to discuss.
Would that be Rebecca that we talked to, or Cassie?
Okay, if council would like a survey form developed,
For a survey? Survey?
We can get something drafted up.
Yeah.
And the sooner the better.
okay,
Good, I'll motion that.
that a survey be done, drafted and brought to council for review.
Yes.
Who will
I'll second.
Moved by Aaron and seconded by Chris Brandt. Is anyone opposed? Anyone opposed? Seeing none. So the staff will it's directed to develop a survey on this question and bring it back to council for approval and submission to the community. Thank you. We have some new business registrations from Ogwari Creations, and this is not Ogwari at the table. This is a different Ogwari. This is Jennifer Brandt, consultant teaching to make indigenous crafts. Environment and fire inspections not required. Insurance is not required. And the recommendation is to approve and sign. Does council approve? So can I have a motion and seconder?
I'll motion.
No second.
Yeah.
Aaron and Linda. Is anybody opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. We have a business registration renewal for the teacher's bookshelf. The owner is Gail Brandt Terry. Consultant provides teacher resource and workshops. Environmental inspections are not required. Insurance is not required. Does council approve? If so, I need a mover and seconder.
I'll move.
Aaron? Is there a seconder?
No second.
Linda? Is there anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. Permission for Daryl Peter Ricard. Daryl is returning as a hunter and is applying for permission to hunt in the Stone Mills, Greater Napanee, and Prince Edward County area for the year 2026. He will be hunting deer in the early winter or late fall, geese, ducks, and turkey in the spring and fall, and fishing for pike, bass, walleye, and perch sporadic throughout the year. It's a Rebecca that TMC give approval to proceed with granting permission for Daryl Peter Ricard to hunt fish in the MBQ harvesting area for the fiscal year 2026. Does council approve? If so, I need a motion.
Chief.
I have a question. When we grant people permission to come in Tyendinaga to hunt, do they have to be with a community member?
No.
No.
That's why they're asking, Sarah, because back when Bob Ray was the Premier of Ontario, I don't know the exact year, but on Mount Mackay at Fort William First Nation, the chiefs of Ontario signed this protocol on the back of buckskin that when they're going into each other's area, traditional area, they would seek permission from that chief to hunt and fish and gather in their area. And it's pretty much to let the people know that who they are and that they are authorized to be there.
And they carry the letter too if they have any issues with that.
And they have,
Right.
and
yeah.
they show M&R that they have a letter of permission, then they usually don't get charged unless there's unsafe hunting like night hunting or
Yeah.
some,
And how that
or maybe they're
works
banned
is
from
that-
having a firearm or something like that.
that it's not for them being here, but it's for transportation from here back to wherever they come from.
Well, the reason I ask is that I know that other communities have parameters around this, is that if you're going to go hunting in their territory, you have to be with a community member. So I don't know, maybe it's just something we could consider. I mean, if we're allowing people to come into Tyendinaga and to hunt, how does this person know where they are?
A lot of time it's not on to Tyendinaga, it's in the area. So our area is like way down in Lancaster. Somebody goose hunts there. It's not here. It's our area, but it's not our
The
territory.
traditional area
This
that was
area that
used.
he's requesting is Stone Mills, Greater Napanee.
Stone Mills, not way north of that, meet the concessions, but it's still recognized as our harvest area.
Right.
But it's not on our reserve. So we're just giving them, say, the okay. And that's, like I was stating, it's more so for the M&R purposes. They have this letter stating that they are okay to be in that area because it's our harvest area.
But M&R will charge them if they're hunting outside of their treaty area into another treaty area of another, or traditional land of another First Nation. They will lay charges on those grounds. So it's moved by Curtis to grant permission. Is there a seconder?
I'll second that, Chief.
Chris Brandt. Okay. Anybody opposed? No opposition. The motion is carried. The airport and Hickory Road land acquisition agreement, and this is with John Hill. And it's TMC approved to a lot. 21C-4 concession to Canada Land Survey record 59259 to John Christopher Hill as required by the land agreement for the acquisition of the road widening on Hickory and Airport Road. Is there a motion to sign this allotment?
Motion.
Aaron?
I'll
Is there a
second, Chief.
And Curtis? Is anyone opposed? And he did request a letter of apology, which I did sign because it took us a while, and we just thanked him for working with us and bringing it to our attention and for his cooperations, that kind of thing. To not hold it up. Okay, the motion is carried. Diane Brent Winkler, acknowledge the ISC funding approval for tourism center and detailed design. So this is the one that's being built on Highway 49, where that stacked building is there. And so the Department of Indigenous Services Canada is pleased to advise that the funding proposal for the Tyendinaga Tourism and Visitor Center detailed design has been reviewed and approved for a maximum contribution of $71,019 under the Community Opportunity Readiness Program. The funds are intended to support the Mohawk Bay Queen First Nations as you undertake activities described in your proposal date August 21st. The terms and conditions for this project are attached. The department will prepare a funding amendment to reflect the contribution, expenditures, and activities undertaken that describe in the attached project and conditions will be eligible to be covered by this funding agreement. Please refer to the date eligible as per the enclosed statement of work. Please refer to the statement of work for conditions to release the funding agreement. Funds from pool. Should you have any questions or required additional information, please contact Carolyn Taylor, Strategic Initiatives Officer, and then her email address is there. That's signed by Natalie Penfather, the Director of Lands and Economic Development. Is there a motion to approve the agreement?
No motion.
Aguari, is there a seconder?
I'll second.
Okay, Sarah? Is anybody opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. And we should just have a motion to defer number 14 as the documentations are not ready yet.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought it was pulled, so it wasn't even on the agenda.
Or are you just pulling it? Okay, I'll just note it's pulled then. Now, just who moved the funding agreement? I didn't note this down. Who moved?
I did.
So out of country travel, we'll just put that on the next agenda. Can we defer this to the next agenda and I'll get some costs?
Why?
This isn't for you, chief. This is for
isn't
somebody
yours.
else.
This is for somebody from social, I believe.
Oh, out of country travel, tactical strength and conditioning practitioners course. Currently, our fitness facility supports approximately 25 to 30 active members who work in tactical and emergency service roles, including firefighters, police officers, paramedics, corrections, and military reservists. The group attends consistently and represents a strong, stable membership base. At present, however, there's no formal tactical or specific training stream, and programming is blended into general fitness service without a standardized evidence-based project tailored to physical demands of these professions. Colin has developed a phase 6 to 12-month plan following the completion of the certification. This includes internal staff knowledge sharing and training modules, and the launch of a tactical conditioning pilot program, and outreach to local fire, police, and emergency services department. Longer-term goals include formalizing tactical training stream, hosting clinics, and job preparatory workshops, and developing injury prevention and return to work programming. The recommendation is that council approve the out-of-country travel and funding training for Colin Gilroy to attend the 2026 Tactical Strength and Conditioning Practitioners Course in Denver, Colorado, utilizing existing professional development funds. Angela, who is Colin Gilroy?
Who's the manager at the fitness center?
The manager of
The fitness center.
the fitness center.
I like this. I feel like this is a good opportunity for
Specialized training.
training, especially for the positions that'll be coming up with policing as well.
Yeah,
what?
I,
Oh, the police, yeah.
Well, the people that we want to staff the new one. Like
so is he status?
They'd have to go through training.
Yeah, but I mean like preparatory.
No, I don't-
He's being sent as an employee, right?
He's an employee.
Yeah.
I don't, well, employee or not, I don't think that we should be paying if he is not status.
It's in the budget. The budget covers
Still.
it.
He's our staff member.
Yeah, regardless.
Is it got an actual cost?
It's training and development of
Yep.
staff members.
Yeah, the cost is in the briefing note.
Um,
And the money is there.
4,000.
Confirmed it's coming from the health equity fund.
So is there a motion to approve this this out-of-country travel?
I raised the issue that if we are sending people out of the country, that they need to have travel insurance.
Yes.
And so whether that's their own personal travel insurance or we have,
I don't think we have it. Do we have it
No, we're
out of
looking.
country? Then
Normally, when you get plane tickets, you can get
I've always bought,
travel insurance and stuff
I
like
bought
that.
travel insurance
covered
and
as
medical
well.
insurance.
When you're going
you travel
through
out of the-
medical insurance.
Yeah, medical
Yep.
insurance.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think no matter what we're looking at, that should be a requirement.
Yep, we'll make
Just-
sure it's in there. And we'll make sure that it's added to the future policies, like
policy?
the travels. To specifically say it, I mean, I know when I traveled, when I went to Winnipeg, I got insurance,
Yeah.
but it's logical.
When I traveled out to England, I got my own medical insurance.
Yeah. And it,
I've asked,
Is a
I've asked our insurance company and she's gonna get back to me, so there's probably not something that specifically says.
It should be there.
Including
That's what
if you
the
die
insurance
there, they
company's looking
transport your
into.
body back here.
Yep, no, we're looking into it, but I do know, I mean, it's part of your credit card and
Yeah.
your personal card, but even when you go through
Okay.
making arrangements to travel, they ask you about insurance. I mean, I'm booking a
But I
trip
think
and they've
it-
asked you, do you want out-of-country insurance? Do you want trip cancellation, like all those
so
things?
But that's the
when
difference.
people travel,
Sorry.
for work with NBQ, do we have like a check, like a sheet that they must have to like fill out to make sure that everything is, like a checklist? You know what I mean? You have to make sure that they have a passport, make sure that they have, then we can add that they make sure that they have to have, insurance. And I'm talking like.
No, there isn't a
specifically health
checklist. I would think that they would be responsible to know their own things, but we can make sure things are clearer.
Yeah.
In the
And the only
travel
reason I
policy.
say that is because it's going to be it'll be a liability. So if this person or any person travels out of the country and they, break an arm or they
Oh,
get
like
sick
I
or
say, we
something
can
like
make
that,
it
it's
clear.
a cost on us because we
Yep.
sent them there, right? So we can't just depend that.
Yeah.
No, we can make
logical
it
to
clearer
them
in
that
the
they have
policies and
health
stuff like that. We haven't had any issues as far as I know in all the years I've been here, so. But yeah, we'll make sure it's clear in the policies.
Things are changing. No.
I know, we probably just
Especially
jinxed
other states.
ourselves.
I can tell you, like, I've had band members that went to the States and ended up in the hospital there, and the bill was $300,000. Is there any help to pay
For
this
band
bill?
members, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to spend a few dollars for medical insurance when they're there.
Or pay extra because they already have pre-existing
And the same thing with
conditions and all
transporting
that
their
kind of stuff.
bodies. If they die there, they want to be brought back here for burial. There's horrendous costs involved in that process too.
Yeah, no, the overall is with the insurance company right now, so I'm waiting for an answer on that, but we will do those things that you're asking of, make it clear in the policy and make sure that this person, if it's approved, has all those things in place, the insurance and stuff.
I have a question, Ange, is that, how often do we pay for non-status whether their work here, how often do we pay for non-status to go out to get this personalized training for themselves? So
You can't differentiate between status and non-status when they're employees because that is against their human rights.
okay,
So if they're an employee, you're the responsibility to train your employees, because obviously this training is supposed to
Regardless of
help
who they are.
emergencies that might occur at the fitness center if somebody has
No,
a heart.
it's-
no,
To
no,
help
it's extra
train-
training. It's for them to do specialized training.
No,
for
but
the police and
it's
for the
not, but I
firefighters.
mean, this has to provide, if their training is supposedly to help provide some service to the members.
It's specialized training for, like, in the briefing note, it says basically your emergency services staff. Or,
Yeah.
sorry, members, right? So your fire department, your police department.
Yeah.
Okay, next question is that why, just this one, because I know there's more, trainers at the fitness center. Why is it one and not all of them?
There's only one manager, and I think then he's able, I don't know if there's a ton of full-time staff there either. I think there's only
Well,
one.
not a
full-time.
ton, but there is one, lady there that, is probably there more than the manager is.
Wouldn't insinuate that because they're a full-time employee, so.
Yeah, well, at different hours, I suppose. Different hours to when I've gone.
Chris, what are your, like, what is your concerns? Your concerns is.
Well,
how we're
it's,
providing
I'm just like, I mean, Aaron said that as a human rights, we as, MBQ have to pay for everybody that works for MBQ. Training or not training as a human rights.
No, you're differentiating between status and
Can't-
non-status.
yeah,
That's
can't
right, but that's what I'm saying, that
As
we have to
employees.
pay for their training as well as status members.
But our band members,
I'm
Benefit.
just thinking, I've never heard that before. I sit on council.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I can imagine there's a lot of community members that are listening to this that don't realize and that could get uppity that MBQ is paying for non-status training as far as personalized training. So that's what this guy is going.
it's not for him, it's for the.
Yes, I realize that, Ange, but he is getting the qualifications. Our fitness center does not get the qualification. He does personally. That's
We've-
my
We've
concern.
hired him into that job, so wouldn't we
Yeah,
want to give
well,
him the
I
best?
realize that, yeah.
So presumably this training is needed to do the job he's got. Is that correct, Angela?
It's to enhance his position in
Enhance.
the job.
Yeah.
He can offer
Further
more
training.
things.
And so is your concern that the training will be given and this person is certified and so now they might leave, or?
It happens. We train our own members here, we send them out for training, and they get a better offer, they go somewhere else. And that's our own status members. So we actually, it's in their benefit that we pay. And like you said, all of a sudden now, he gets 2 times the money up in Belleville because he's got this training under his belt, and he leaves us.
At our
We've
expense.
paid for it. That's my concern.
Okay. Well, normally if you send them for training and you're incurring costs, you can say you have to work here at least so many years or in exchange. I don't know what the cost of this travel is either.
It's in the briefing note.
$4,000.
4,000?
It's in the briefing note, Chief.
It's just my it's just my concern, that's all. I mean, like I sit on the fence with it either way. And whatever council decides, then I'm okay with council decision because we have to work together as a team. I'm just voicing a concern, that's all.
Okay. Well, does council approve? Is there a motion to approve this? If so, who's the mover? Who's the seconder?
I motion to approve. It's in the budget. It's within the guidelines. We just need council to approve external travel. So it's been approved through his manager already.
Is there a seconder?
I'm gonna second it, but my only concern is our fitness doesn't make any money. So how is this gonna, I'm just trying to think, how is this training gonna help with the revenue at the fitness center? Because
I don't
we
think
are
it's gonna help
always in a
revenue.
deficit. So how is this training gonna help us?
We were supposed to get a report, Linda, by extending the hours on how many new more clients did we get and what was the impact on revenue for the fitness center. We never did get a report back. That's an outstanding item yet.
So
We
it says
reported
Did
back
we?
to
I thought
council.
it did come back.
approximately
Yeah, it
25
did
to
come back.
30 active members. So the ones who are actively going there work in tactical and emergency service roles. So
So-
that'd be our firefighters, police, paramedics, and then people who are working in corrections and military. So to be able to offer them additional training, like our first responders, I think that's so
Then
important
with
for our
this training,
community.
it will help open our door to more of a revenue stream?
Totally.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Absolutely. He
Well,
could
that's what I'm
offer-
trying to get
yeah, I think he could
clarification about.
offer
Because I know
specialized
every
training.
time we talk about the fitness center at this table, it's always, we're in a deficit, we're in a deficit.
Oh, and it will be
What I,
covered agreement.
what I was looking at, what was the enrollment of the fitness center
That was already
at the
provided.
time we made the motion to extend the hours, and what is it now?
Yeah, we can recirculate it.
When they say, well, there's this
An
many
answer.
members registered there now, that, I don't know, did this go up or down from the time we made the motion? That's what I'm looking for. Did it increase membership?
I haven't seen, I haven't seen that report back.
But I
And
will,
just saying that she
second
thinks
your
there was
motion,
one
Aaron.
brought out, but I
There was a report on the number of people there, but I shouldn't have to go back and look for how many, at the time when we made the motion, how many members were registered at that time, then did by increasing the hours, did it increase the membership and revenue, and if so, by how much? Was it a good decision, or do you go back to the
yeah,
diminished
I'd like to
hours?
see that
Well, let's
report.
stay on this
Anyway.
one in particular.
So
But
it's been moved by Aaron and seconded by Linda. Is there anybody opposed to this resolution?
I'm not opposed, but I just want it noted about that we're gonna follow the insurance.
yes, I agree with that as well, 100%. Make it mandatory that they have travel insurance, especially for outside the country.
Okay, it's mandatory. It's noted. Is there anybody opposed to it? And Sarah's put it on the condition that it's mandatory, they have medical insurance, travel insurance. The motion is carried then.
Can we take 5 minutes, Chief?
I'm sorry?
Can we take 5 minutes?
Sure.
Take a break.
Okay, the council meeting is now resuming after the break, and it is now 10:55 a.m. on January the 23rd, 2026. The next item of business on the agenda is council's approval for the proposed Red Cedar shelter budget and budget increase and organizational chart. And it's recommended that council approve this budget increase and organizational chart. Is there a mover? And so the new funding total will be $1,176,309.
Is it additional?
That's additional, yeah, that's on top of it. But,
Additional.
so, could we just go over this, the briefing note, please, so that people
Sure,
can
we
hear
can.
about it?
So the Red Cedars reorganization. So there will be a manager, there will be an outreach worker. There will be a transportation support worker, a caseworker, and then a relief position, 4 relief positions.
Are you reading the briefing note?
And there'll be a team supervisor as well.
Chief,
Red
you gotta read
Cedar
the briefing note.
Can we do the briefing note, please? Aaron, can you?
Well, that's the organizational structure is part of this package, so that's what I
Well,
wanted.
I know, but it's
Right
outlined.
here, it talks about the issue of Red Cedar
Okay.
shelter.
The briefing note is January the 16th, increased in Indigenous Healing Wellness Strategy, annualized funding. Red Cedar Shelter currently receives $1,023,691 through the Indigenous Healing Wellness Strategy to support the Shelter and Transition in-House Support Program. IHWS has informed us that we are receiving an increase in our annualized funding in the amount of $1,176,309. With this increase, there can be a reorganization and additional staffing. So the Red Cedars shelter operates off a staff model consisting of the following: 1 FT manager, full-time manager, 1 full-time supervisor, 1 full-time transition worker, 1 full-time outreacher, 3 full-time caseworkers, Monday, Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., and 4 p.m. to 12 a.m., and 12 a.m. to 8 a.m. The 2 part-time caseworkers, Saturday and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and 6 p.m. to 8 a.m., and 4 relief caseworker casuals. The evening, overnight, and weekend shifts are single staff, which presents a higher safety risk for staff, increased burnout rates, and affects the service delivery to clients. With the increase in funding, RCS is able to hire new positions to support double staffing on all shifts. The decision behind making the position full-time versus part-time is reflective of the existing shifts and positions, thus allowing an equitable rotation between the current staff and new hires. This will address the concerns around staff safety, burnout, and create more effective client service delivery and environment. Additionally, this will support smooth transition into the new shelter once built. The organizational structure needed to support the larger shelter will already be in place and established. The Red Cedar Shelter is proposing that the following staffing be added to the organization: 1 full-time supervisor, 3 full-time case workers, 2 part-time case workers, 1 part-time case transitional support worker, 1 full-time child and youth worker, 1 part-time child and youth worker, 1 full-time auntie, and 1 full-time caretaker. The part-time transitional worker would be added to support the growing demands and requires the existence of full-time workers. This position would be more flexible shifts, would work flexible shifts to create more accessibility to the program. The Red Cedar Shelter does not have an existing house child youth worker and has been a huge service gap and barrier for clients when working towards their goals. The role of the new child youth worker will consist of support of moms during meetings, creation of a child youth programming for both in-shelter and community education and awareness. With the implementation of the full-time child youth worker, this would allow support during business hours for in-house clients to attend meetings, programming, speaking to gaps in service. A part-time child youth worker would support evening and weekend programming for both the dependent and give caretakers an opportunity to participate in the adult programming. A new position, a full-time auntie, would be hired in an attempt to build waste and offer healthy meal choices that incorporate the skills teaching This role would include menu planning, grocery shopping, and meal preparation for in-house clients' life skills related to independent living. Currently, Red Cedar's facility is a large majority of its maintenance and subcontractors out for other pieces with a full-time caretaker. This would eliminate staff hours currently being dedicated to the shelter and grounds maintenance. With approval received from the funders, RCS will be able to proceed with addressing staffing, spacing issues to accommodate these new hires, attend building property maintenance, and upgrades required and focus on program expansion. That the recommendations council approve the revised budget and propose Red Cedar Shelter organizational chart. So this is an additional $1.76 million.
Thanks for reading that out for the people listening, Chief. All motion.
Chris Brandt?
I'll second.
I read through it. I just wanted the people to know what it was about.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Thank you.
Is anybody opposed to the motion? The motion is carried. And just so that everybody knows, they do take members and non-member clients. That's required by the funding. It serves both members and non-members.
And then also from the org chart, looking at the org chart, they're almost doubling
Yeah.
on the staff, which is good.
Angela, a few years ago, if you know, if not, you could get us an answer later, there was a per diem issue that they were not paying per diem for the non-status. I want to know, has that been resolved? If you could give us a report, maybe at the next council. If that still is a remaining issue, then I think we should be writing some letters to the government about that, because that's not fair.
Okay. Per diem for what?
Pardon me?
Per diem for what?
The clients that stay at Red Cedars, there's a per diem rate, but they were not paying for the non-members that stay there.
But they dictate that we have to let them stay.
So that was an issue a few years ago, but I don't recall ever hearing that it got resolved. So I'm just asking, maybe it has been resolved. I just would like clarity on that. I know we wrote letters, we lobbied way back in the time when Ernie Parson was the MP, and he did some lobby work, but I don't know if the government amended the funding formula to accommodate everybody that stays there, regardless of your status or non-status. So the next item is the EXA Agoha Child Care Center Parent Handbook and Operations Manual. The ECC Parent Handbook and Operations Manual has been revised in compliance with the ministry. The revisions include upgrading programs offered, fee requirements, registration process, and illness and exclusion timeframe in accordance with the public health recommendations. The revisions have been reviewed with the policy analyst and the ECC program manager and the director, and it's recommended that council approve the policy changes. So this is just basically to make it compliant with the ministry's rules.
Yep, all motion.
No second, Chief.
Moved by Aaron and Curtis.
So all of the parents get this handbook?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, good. That's a lot of reading.
It is a lot of reading. I raised a couple of questions on this yesterday, but I guess Angela we'll work through those. I just think that what I had raised is that in the parent handbook or the operations manual, we don't talk about how we accommodate or if we accept children with disabilities and what kind of supports are there for. And so from my understanding, we do. And so I think it just should be included in the handbook of what kind of supports are there.
Okay, I'll note that.
Not the separate from the individualized plan for child with medical needs?
No, because if you look at medical needs, it's really just like
Like if they need, like,
medications and stuff like that. So, and then also,
Like an accessibility section?
like accessibility or supports that we have to for children with ASD or
Right.
physical disabilities. Are we wheelchair accessible? And from my understanding, some parts of the facility are wheelchair accessible and some are not.
Yeah,
Just
like
some
it'd be
things I
hard
think
to,
we should think
to
about.
get a wheelchair around in the playground area, stuff like in the sand, uneven and stuff in sand and whatnot. I think some of the bathroom doorways might not be wide enough for a wheelchair to get through, but we do have plans for a new daycare. We just need money. Just need money to fund it, to build it.
Right, okay.
Really, that is the solution to meet the needs of a growing community, is to build a new daycare center.
That would be absolutely accessible for everybody.
Exactly, that meets all of the standard
100%.
requirements, so we don't have these lingering issues. And I don't know if they've been corrected or not, or what, but I know work, a lot of work. As a matter of fact, Sam Merkel has asked for, can you spend some money? They had money at ALFDC for the daycare, and I don't know where there's submissions
It's been
made.
spent.
It's spent?
All the money has to be spent by the end of this fiscal year and it's being addressed.
Okay, thank
And
you.
that's for renovations, emergency renovations.
So the wheelchair accessibility would be part of renovations?
No,
No?
that wasn't one of the things that was identified
You didn't, okay, wasn't identified, okay.
to expand because we didn't have someone at that time. Because these are emergency renovations that were put in, what, a year or two ago?
Okay. Anyway, the points that Sarah has raised, let's get clarity for the council on those issues. Is
I've
that-
already answered them, but
Pardon me?
I answered the questions. I got
If
the
the
answers.
information could be shared with council, so everybody
Yep.
has the same information. Okay, thank you. It's been moved by Curtis and seconded by council to approve the amendments to the policy. Is there any opposition? Anybody opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. Okay. Gadar Stay before and after program. The before and after program has a new Gadari Stay, which means strong roots. The existing policy will be revised to reflect the new name. Does council approve the new name for the before and after program? If so, can we have a motion? Moved by
I'll
Aguirre,
second.
and it is the Director of Finance has put on amendment, Indigenous Services Canada amendments number 120, 121, and for 2026, the current fiscal year. The request is to acknowledge and approve the amendments forwarded by ISC for the program funding for the year 2026, for additional funding, I should say. Amendment number 20 is for mental wellness, and it's $84,941. Amendment 121 is for the water treatment capacity study. Then the peatland design, $11,014. Does council approve these amendments for additional funding? If so, can I have a mover and seconder?
I'll move it, chief.
Is there a
I'll
second?
second.
And Aaron? Is anyone opposed? Anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. Please sign. There were resolutions that went around. Did they come back?
Yes, sir. To your left there.
Okay, thank you. Miller Thompson invoices. There's a number of Miller Thompson invoices there. Invoice number one is related to Yawade for $4,959. One for Yawade for $4,071. One for corporate matters, $4,075.50. $2,207 for economic development, $25,944 for economic development, $13,386 related to economic development, $16,990.46 related for corporate matters, $2,202.70 for corporate matters, $8,153 for corporate matters, $7,017.15 for corporate matters, $14,352.94 for corporate matters, $8,274 for corporate matters, $23,349 related to corporate matters. Does council approve to pay these invoices?
Can I ask what corporate matters are? I haven't seen the actual invoices.
Private.
Oh, are they? Okay. I looked for them yesterday and I didn't see them.
They should say
At
private.
close to the bottom, it's gonna say legal invoice private.
Okay, thank you.
It's moved by Aaron to pay the invoices. Is there a seconder?
A second.
Ogwari?
My only question is, why does it take so long for them to send us an invoice? There's one here from September 30th.
They were missed.
Is anybody opposed to getting these bills paid? Being none, the motion is carried. And JFK law invoices, there's, for general advice, it's $7,343.51 and $31,787.75 for the Seth Lafort court injunction proceedings. And Gary Miracle will be paying for the Seth Lafort injunction proceedings. We will be reimbursing the band, so make sure we send him the bill. Is there a mover to pay these invoices?
I'll move.
I'll second too.
Ogwari and Curtis. Is anybody opposed? Sarah, are you opposed?
I'm not opposed, but I'm just looking at the Miller Thompson invoices and they just say corporate matters. What does that even mean?
It's all like in the private, we just, for general, we just say corporate matters.
Okay,
Okay, so
The detailed invoices are in the private that you can look at.
So
Because
the-
some things may be under a NDA
okay,
and stuff like that.
okay,
And they're generally like.
Okay.
okay.
So the council has copies
Thank
of the invoices in the private section of the agenda. Is that correct, Angela?
Yeah, they're always there.
Okay, because I have it in the binder here. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
So the long-term care logo. So, no, I guess item number, the 15th one, number 15 had 71 votes. Number 6 had 60 votes. Number 16 had 44 votes. Number 2 had 41 votes. Recommended to approve 15. And there's a photograph here of what 15 looks like. So we didn't see the other ones, but does council want to see the other ones, or are you satisfied with going with the recommendation that our number of committee votes?
I think, yeah, that's what the community chose, then
Yeah.
I'll motion.
I'll second.
I agree.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Moved by Aaron and seconded by Curtis. Anybody opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. If you just put that there, sir, I'll take that back. Okay, the Build Canada Home Study. The Build Canada Home requires specific supporting documents and studies for the application process. Quotes have been gathered and total $30,000 for infrastructure construction bids. Huron Branch, Phase 3, Sadie's Lane, Phase 2, Beach Road, and $22,670 for the building construction paid for a total project budget of $57,942. And the recommendation, council approve the budget and complete the necessary supporting documents and studies totaling 57,000. That should say 942. Just note that correction on your recommendation there. The number should be 57,942, the same as what's above there. And the recommendation is to approve and complete the necessary supporting document studies totaling 57,942. Does council approve? It'll come from open LP funds.
Yeah. I'll motion.
I'll second.
Is anybody opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. The solar insulation, PV insulation feasibility study. MVQ was approved for the solar PV insulation feasibility study for 3 band operated buildings through the ISO. The buildings selected were the administration building, the fire hall, the elders lodge, and for the 3 buildings. Does council approve? If so, we need a motion.
Just out of curiosity, why was the Elders Lodge the third one? Like, would we want to pick all 3 that has the 100% of the energy offset, or was it just that's what could fit in the budget?
I think it's because it's already a deficit running program.
So then that'll offset cost.
It will add some savings to the budget.
Okay. Ideally, we'll get all of them done eventually, but
And I believe a couple of them, I have a note somewhere, I don't even know what they did with it. Some of the education ones, the budget can already afford to do it on their own type of thing,
oh, okay.
like Ohahase, and
Like that.
I don't think it was daycare. I was told this. I just can't remember what, but some of them will be picked up.
CWC, the library. What's WTP?
The water treatment plant.
Gotcha. Head Start and employment training. Yeah, I'm okay with that as long as
Can we have a motion then to approve these 3 buildings?
I'll motion.
Aaron? Is there a seconder?
I'll second.
Aguari? Is anybody opposed? Anybody opposed? Seeing none, the motion's carried that the buildings identified for the solar PV installation
Sorry, I just
feasibility
want to
study will be the
confirm,
administration building, the fire hall, elders lodge.
yep, that the Elders Lodge is a deficit budget. And the fire hall and the main building are basically, the money tops it up from RAMA or OFNLP money. So that's why offset those costs. Yep, perfect. And I already spoke to Sandy, and they're paying for Ohase Library and Head Start. I know I seen it somewhere, I just couldn't remember where I seen it.
The addition of administrative assistant position to the organizational structure. Currently, the Director of Education, Language and Culture has no administration or finance analyst support, which most directors have. The director is responsible for 12 programs and set to assume 2 new programs this year with 14 separate budgets. These programs are spread out geographically, making it more challenging to be directly involved, and employees of 85 full-time and seasonal staff and approximately 10 plus casual term staff. The position also works in partnership with multitude of external agents and sits on multiple boards and committees. This is one of the larger directorates and one of the more challenging, with a variety of funders and staff spread across the territory. Option 1, to add an administrative assistant to the Director of Education, Language and Culture positions permanently to the organizational structure. And I see that Sandy's looked at this. Has Angela, have you and finance looked at it?
Yeah, I signed off.
Okay.
And finance was aware because we made sure that we put it into the budget planning.
Okay.
And they're looking for somebody or they have some?
No, looking.
They're part-
It's a new job, it gets posted.
Okay,
It's a new position, so it'll be posted.
I'm good with it.
Are you moving, Chris?
I'll move it.
Is there a seconder?
I'll second.
Lori? Is anyone opposed?
This, I was just gonna say, this is the one that was deferred previously for full council.
And the only issue I have with it is, have we been able to clear up a lot of our HR issues?
Working on
And then Angela, so for the org chart, the org structure that is there, is that the new proposed one or the existing?
Let me just open it up and double check.
It's a new position, so it would
That
have to be
would be
added to
the
the org structure.
It's the existing and adding the admin assistant underneath the director.
Okay, so the only change is the administration assistant.
Is adding
org
the
chart.
assistant to provide the financial and, or actually the administrative and financial support to the director.
But it's a new position in the organizational structure because it didn't exist before.
You
Was
have
that your
people in
question,
all your
Sarah?
other Programs that
Yeah, well,
assist
there's
your
an org
directors.
chart in there, and so I was wondering if the only change was just, if this was the new proposed one, and it
So-
just
so-
has the administration assistant.
So once council approves that, they'll amend the organizational structure to.
It's
It's
adding.
already there.
It's there.
Okay.
That's what I was asking.
Okay.
It's to put it in
So
there.
the next item is the addition of a youth enrichment and development program manager position to the org structure. A request from two separate employees who report to the Director of Education, Language and Culture suggesting that a manager be put in place for some of the smaller programs and who have been operating without a manager or who have been operating with another unrelated program prompted a review by the Director of Education, Language and Culture, the Director of Human Resources, and the acting CEO. The review confirmed that several small programs, as well as summer camp program, are struggling due to inconsistent oversight and the absence of a stable operating location. The recommendation is to approve to add to the program manager positions permanently to the organizational structure. The impact will support the concerns raised by staff in relation to the need of a manager and need to relocate the current program. Will better support all staff related to these programs and provide a more fulsome and wholesome summer camp. This will also allow the director to support a manager instead of providing direct support to frontline staff while attempting to do all other director duties. Does council approve the request to add a program manager permanently to the organizational structure? If so, can I have a motion to approve?
I'll approve. Or I'll offer a motion.
I'll second.
And then, so just to clarify with this, Angela, that now this org chart includes the administrative assistant and then the youth enrichment as well.
Oh, let me
Yes.
double check that one. Yep, it does.
Okay.
So now that answers part of the question for staffing, but the space issue still remains. Or are there some solutions to that staff issue, a dedicated staff place for this?
Well, once the
For program
TTO is
delivery?
able to move into their new facility, they'll be vacating the space below the library.
Okay,
And then I know that's where we're looking to put the before and after program in, but the manager could be there.
okay, okay.
And have we discussed the plans for the Dot May Gaonanue program? Once they vacate that building and move over to the new one?
Which program is that one?
Oh,
That's-
like the 59 or so?
Yeah, the language school.
No, I haven't had or don't recall any discussions about what to do with that building yet.
Okay.
I think Linda wants to hold euchre tournaments there.
Okay, I sent you around some information concerning the four pillars. Association, the budgets and stuff like that. It's a 20-year program. It's part of a $2.8 billion class action settlement. It relates to the loss of language, culture, heritage, all of that. And so MBQ has a share of those funds. And I did send you the information, what the, how much MBQ stands to get. And so we have to develop an expenditure plan for the eligible items that are for this funding approval. So this position would start to work on that. I think they owe us quite a bit of money because we're a little bit late getting our report in. And so most communities have hired a consultant to do the work for them, but here they're hiring a staff person to do in-house.
They can still hire a consultant. We just need someone to lead it.
Yeah, okay.
We don't have anybody right now that can lead that. Plus, we want to have them start working on a comprehensive community plan, but we're calling it comprehensive nation plan. Help with communications, like getting information out. You guys, during the election, a lot of people were saying that they're not getting enough information, so we can have this person help that. We talked about an annual report. Again, you need somebody to lead that, and we don't have that capacity right now.
So Angela, just a question on that. So the briefing note, the community consultation coordinator, is this specifically for the 4 pillars?
It's for the 4 pillars. It's for, like I said, the comprehensive nation plan, working with getting information out there. Like, we're
So-
trying to address what we heard
So
the
anyway,
community
so
was looking for.
I asked Miranda Fleming, who's the rep that deals with Ontario, to send me an email yesterday, which I did send to all of you. And just so community knows this, hi Chief Don, I hope this email finds you well. Please find below an outline of the funding for Bay of Quinte Mohawks. My last contact with the nation was Angela Merkel, which we received information for the planning funds deposited. Planning funds deposit $200,000 was deposited July 15th, 2025. Kickstart funds initial funding, 400,000 will be deposited when the community plan is received. Kickstart funds totaling 688,000 will be deposited 3 months after the initial funding, with a brief update on community plan. Annual entitlement is $440,000 and for years 2 to 5. Deposited when we receive the financials and short summary of where the funds were spent. Total funds in the first 5 years equals $2,848,000 excluding the planning funds. I've attached the community plans guidelines and checklists. Feel free to give me a call if you would like to discuss. And that's Miranda Fleming, who's the rep for this area. And then all the guidelines are attached there.
Is this getting paid out of the 4 pillars?
Yeah.
So it's specifically 4 pillars.
We're
goes-
utilizing that fund, but we also have money from
So does
admin
council,
fees and stuff that we could use to help pay for that too.
this,
And the comprehensive nation plan, Susan had identified money within her funding that we could actually use to hire someone in
okay.
to a consultant and stuff like that. We just need somebody to lead. Like, we
Yeah.
need a champion to lead that.
Right.
To be the contact with, whether it's the consultant or community or whatever.
And keep it moving so it gels.
So it's specifically for that.
Okay, so
So just for people listening online, we require a 10-year strategic plan in order to unlock the rest of the
I
funds for
think
the
it's,
4 pillars,
I think
right?
it's a 20-year plan. This
I
fund,
believe
this
that
funding
they're only
goes for
asking
20
10
years.
initially.
You're asking 10-year initially, yeah. So, and then for the community consultation coordinator, they would be leading the consultation within the community to see what they want.
They would work, like, if we're bringing in a consultant, they would work with the consultant.
Okay,
Like, if we get that champion that can do that themselves, bonus,
right,
great,
yeah.
great.
Right.
But if they need assistance from a consultant or whatever,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what that
Okay.
pot of money was for.
It's a coordinator's position, really.
Can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
So I think for like, typically when we use the term community consultation coordinator, that's usually a position that we utilize to do consultation with outside proponents.
And we have a consultation coordinator already.
So then why don't we call it a community relations coordinator?
Sure.
And that would be somebody who's going to handle the communications within MBQ and our members, right? For the
So it's culture, heritage,
Community
language,
relations
heritage,
coordinator.
but it
Okay.
cannot be spent to you can't create a business with it. and you can't have per capita distribution.
So,
think
but we
that's
have to hire
clear.
though, we have to hire somebody that is gonna be the coordinator first before they,
Yeah.
to make a plan.
Yeah, this was on the agenda in December, and the council decided to wait until after the election, and so that's why it's here. So I'd say my recommendation is pass the resolution. Let's get on with the work we need to do to get this money flowing.
About the community relations coordinator?
No, oh, we've threw around, I don't know how many different names,
Yeah.
like, just kind of.
Anyway.
But I think we marked it into that when, because we were still talking about it when election stuff was going on, and you were hearing the comments from the community about having more communication and stuff like that, so. I think that's why it ended up being that, but sure, we can definitely change it to what you just proposed.
But the staff, it's really too much work for the existing staff. It requires a dedicated person. So, and you've got money to hire somebody, so let's get on with it.
And then, so Angela, as I communicated, I've helped write the strategic plans before for 4 Pillars. So I'm available, since it's my portfolio, to lend assistance there anywhere I can.
That's great.
So is there a motion to approve this then, to this position? If so, I need a motion.
No motion.
Wari, who will second it?
Y'all second, Chief.
Chris Brandt. Anybody opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. And Randa Fleming is available to answer any questions that you have, and her contact information should be in that email. MCR land transfer signature. So there's a number of court orders that relate to the transfer of Eagle Hill from Andrew Clifford Miracle to the band to satisfy judgments. And so if the CP holder, Andrew Clifford Miracle, wouldn't sign the transfers, it says, whereas Andrew Clifford Miracle, a member of the Mohawk Bay, is indebted to MBQ, whereas the order of the Honorable Justice Tranmer of August 14th, the order which is attached to this resolution in paragraph 4, orders Miracle to transfer his certificates of possession to parcel 3, 4, 5, and 6 as listed in Schedule A to the order, and to submit those documents to the Indian Land Register within 14 days. And this was from the wording of October 21st, 2016, 10 years ago. And whereas the order was upheld by the order of the Court of Appeal on Ontario, July the 30th, 2014, which is also attached to the resolution, and whereas the Supreme Court of Canada by judgment dated February 26, 2015, which is also attached to the resolution, refused the application for Miracle for leave to appeal the order of the Ontario Court of Appeal, and whereas the lawyer from MBQ by letter dated March 20th, 2000, so gave notice to the lawyer for Miracle that if Miracle had not complied with the paragraph 4 of the order by April 2nd, 2015, that MBQ would implement paragraph 5 of the order, and whereas the Miracle has not complied with the paragraph 1 of the order, be it resolved that this council approves the transfer of lot 25 1J concession A, lot 24 concession A, lot 25-2 concession A, and lot 25-1-2 concession A from Miracle to MBQ pursuant to the order, the transfer of section 24 of the Indian Act, and whereas the council pursuant to paragraph 5 of the order authorizes Chief R. Donald Miracle to complete on behalf of MBQ any documents required to give effect to the transfer and submit the required documents together with his resolution to the Indian Land Registrar. So that's what the resolution will read. Is there a mover for this resolution?
I have questions.
Yes.
Questions. Why are we just dealing with this now? If this judgment was made 13 years ago?
Because it wasn't done,
No,
dealt with.
No, there was an issue that the department thought that there were other people were on the order, and they since have rectified that is not the case. And so it was a mistake on the part of the department. And there's an email that clarifies that from,
this happened in 2016. This MCR, this is the original MCR that was sent to the department.
Okay.
But because years have gone by, the chief requested that we redo this, the MCR and get it re-signed by the new council to proceed with him being able to sign the transfers. So that's
Okay,
why
so
it's
the
back on
transfers
here.
were signed,
And it says exactly the same thing it said in
so
2016.
you're sorry, so you're saying that the transfers were approved and signed in 2016?
No,
No, they weren't approved.
The
And so
department
they
kicked it
told us we
back
need to have
for
another
some reason.
resolution signed by the council.
so that's why it's coming back so that we can do
Barry was handling this, Barry the counselor, and he was working with the Indian lands people, I guess, I don't know, was it Brantford or wherever, but for the implementation of this. They did transfer where the LTC building is, the 20 acres. And so we have to, when it's transferred to the band, we have to hire a consultant to post that for sale. The band can be a bidder. Andrew Clifford can be a bidder. Any band member can be a bidder on this property. There was a court-ordered process.
Okay,
So because it didn't get taken care of then, and it's been such a long time,
But it
let's
wasn't-
just get it taken care of.
It wasn't the fault of the band, it was the fault of the lands person at the department.
dear.
Didn't interpret it properly.
I thought it was the Department of Defense that, or Department of Justice that misplaced or something happened that they didn't accept the MCR or something. I don't think it was MBQ.
No, I don't think it was. See,
Anyway, this is the wording that it should be, and so that it's, and I have raised this with the staff a number of times.
okay, so then I guess I have another question. So there's no, like, I don't know where the land is. Did you say it's Eagle Hill?
It's Eagle Hill. There's some lots on Eagle. It's not all of Eagle Hill because he didn't own all of Eagle Hill.
Okay.
And I did have a conversation with Constable Marcel Miracle. He suggested that council should designate that as heritage property.
That's what I was just gonna ask.
And so there's many people in the community that believe that that was the birthplace of Daganawida. Others in the community believe that the birthplace of Daganawida was actually the Eagle Hill, just in behind where Gussie Brandt's house was. But that part of Eagle Hill was used for the ramp for the bridge. And they did find when that work was going on to build the ramp for the bridge on our side of the bay, there were wampums that were found there, and some of the past chiefs were quite upset about that. Uncle Tech Green being one of them, and John R. Brandt being another one. They were quite upset with those artifacts were just taken away by the authorities, and they don't really know where it went. But Aunt Eva Miracle said when they were kids, they used to have picnics there, and the hill was quite steep then. This is the hill behind Gussie's, but that was no longer there now. That they would have races of the kids to run up the hill, and who could run up the fastest without getting tired. It meant that they were going to be lived to be very old. And so she said she never had any problem climbing that hill, and she did live to be 102 years old. So
So,
that's part of the oral history of the community, but
right. So every year before the Great Law Recital happens, and of course, it moves every community.
they go
There's
there.
a tobacco burning is done. Is it at this property or is it?
I don't
another
know.
location?
They go to Eagle Hill somewhere. I don't know where the exact location where they go. They could go, maybe they could make arrangements with
That's
somebody
what I'm
else.
saying.
so
I don't know exactly where this is located, but this is what I was gonna raise.
But
There's a large house that's been built right on the back. And I think that if if NBQ is going to have this sign back over, that it should be a protected site.
yeah,
And it shouldn't be CP to anybody else, and that it should be used for
So-
ceremonial use.
So really with the band would have to be the highest bidder because there is a court ordered process. And the order in which we were to follow was the Highway 49 property, to move to Eagle Hill, and as last result, the house on Bayshore Road. It's very court ordered.
So is there a process for us to,
We were the highest bidder for the 49 property. That's why we got it.
okay, but Chief, I'm asking for this piece right here. Is there a process that NBQ can follow that we protect this as a sacred site, that it cannot be developed, it can't be, the CP can't be,
The
I don't
council,
think we're allowed to dictate what people do on their CPA.
Especially if they're in a high.
we'd have to own the
no, but I'm
land.
asking for this piece that the NBQ is taking back.
We're
Because they
not
have
taking it
to
back. We
auction
can
it.
only take it back to auction it
And we
off
can be
to
a
the
bidder.
public. So the only way that
Because we
the
don't own
band
it yet.
can get it back is if the band is the highest bidder. If somebody overbids the band, well, then that becomes their property. They do whatever they
The
want.
band would have
and
to
we
be-
cannot say anything
We have
about
to,
it.
it has to be auctioned to service the debt.
By
That's why
by
they're
the
taking
court
it back.
rules.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And then, so I guess maybe.
It's done by sealed bids too. It's not a public auction where people outbid each other. It's sealed bids. That's how the 49 property was handled. Barry Brandt was the counselor in charge of that at the time.
So if we do, are the ones that are the biggest bidder or have the best tender in there, then we could look at that.
Okay,
I
I see,
think
thank you.
we could suggest it, like upon bidding, like this is a site that's been deemed as historic and
Well, the council
Yeah, but
could,
how is there a CP given for it, and like, that's fundamentally just,
well, the people bought it in times gone by and it became CP land. I don't know when it happened, but it did. There were previous owners to that. David Miracle owned it, first the language teacher. I think he got it from Johnson Brandt, his grandfather, and then it went to Sean Brandt, then it went to Clifford, and back and forth. There were a lot of people involved in it. But anyway, there's many. You'd have to check the land registry. That will tell you who owned it at when and all that.
okay, I thank you for clarifying the process, what has to happen in order for MBQ to take it back, and then.
If you'd like to review all the court orders, they're attached to the email that was sent around. They should be.
Oh, which email?
There was an email sent a few weeks ago, but I received it. It had all the court orders attached.
Okay.
I presume it was sent to the council. But anyway, we hired a private consultant to look after the sale of the property because it has to be done by sealed bids. That way, the chief and council or staff can't be accused of doing something that, by anybody. It's a public process managed by a consultant. So is there a motion then to sign this resolution? The wording is there for you. So we need a mover and seconder.
Don't move.
Linda? Is there a seconder?
I'll second, Chief.
Curtis? Where did Chris go?
Bathroom.
We'll wait till he gets back because I'd like to make sure that all of council's in agreement. And that will have to be an MCR. And then the court order said if Clifford didn't comply with the court order, that if the council by resolution authorized me to sign, that I could sign the transfer.
Yeah.
That's why this resolution is here.
do you guys need another
Do you-
treasurer?
Community court.
We're being neighborly. Exactly. He helps me fix my computer and I give him power.
We'll come back to that. I'll ask Chris when he comes back. The Allen Pratt invoices. There's invoice number 6427, $1,062.50 related to the Culberson tract issue. Invoice number 6428, $967.50 related to surrender 24. Does council approve to pay these invoices?
Oh, motion, Chief.
I'll second.
Is anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. The next item is the proposal for quality improvements project. The proposal for quality improvements project determined through qualitative and quantitative surveys the ways in which water pollution, specifically flooding, tap water contamination, and groundwater pollution affects the physical, mental, and cultural health of residents on the Tyendinaga Mohawk Reserve based on the evidence, proposed equitable and sustainable interventions. And this is Michaela Roy is a status Mohawk woman with a family ties to the Tyendinaga Mohawk Reserve. After completing an honors bachelor's degree in biomedical science from the University of Ottawa, she is doing her master's in health equity and sustainability through the University of Western Ontario, as well as working as a health policy analyst for the Congress of Aboriginal People in Ottawa. As part of her master's degree requirements is a research placement call for capstone experience. The difference between a normal grad school research plan and a capstone experience is, firstly, it must be done in less than a year, July 2026, and secondly, the student must spend 30 to 100 hours in person with their focus on community workplace. Michaela, having worked for MVQ in the summer of 2024 in the Environment Department, was educated on the extent to which the reserve members were affected by water quality in Tyendinaga. From past drinking water advisories, ongoing pollution affecting wildlife in the Bay of Quinte, and even includes contaminated drinking wells, floods contaminating drinking wells, and damaged septic beds. A quality improvement project is a perfect way to shed light on the ways in which basic health determinants of health is unreliable for residents of Tyendinaga. Sarah Bernhardt from Family Health and Child Development has agreed to be a field mentor for this project, helping Michaela to collaborate with MVQ Health Outreach Team and other MVQ staff so that research related to this project may be done effectively and sensitively. The moral and financial support MVQ Education Environment has provided Michaela through her post-secondary education is valuable. With this research, Michaela hopes to be also bringing back her education to the community in ways that can create positive change. She hopes that the Chief and Council will see the value in this project and are open to further collaboration to improve the water quality in Tyendinaga.
I'm okay with this study. The only thing, I just want to see it before it goes out, the survey.
Yeah.
Me too, and I'd also like to see the report when it's done
Yeah.
and what happens to that data.
Yes.
I did add that to the agenda, your comments, but I don't think I did it last night, so he probably doesn't have it on his.
Yeah, thank you for doing that, Angela. I see it there.
Oh,
We
yeah,
see it
you
there.
had said that there,
It's pretty much the same.
yeah. So I'll motion then,
Moved by Aaron to approve
as long as we,
I'll second.
yes.
on those conditions.
With those, yeah, with those conditions.
That we see the survey plan, we get a copy of the report when it's finalized, and we need to know what happens to the data collected.
Yes. Thank you,
Move-
Chief.
And you're seconding, Sarah?
I-
Okay, Sarah, is anybody opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. So we'll go back to the Eagle Hill transfer. Chris, it's been moved by Lyndon, seconded by Curtis to sign this resolution. Are you in favor?
Yeah, I'm good with it, yeah.
Okay, then, so that it's unanimous, it's unanimous at council, the motion is carried. The proposal for quality improvement project determined, that's great, that we've already done that. Six more invoices.
I'll motion. Oh, you better read them, sorry. Gotta
Invoice
find
number 845476 is $2,412. It's been moved by Aaron to approve payment of this invoice. Is there a seconder?
I'll second, Chief.
And Linda? Is anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. That concludes our public portion of the, no, we got to reschedule some reschedule meetings.
One, just one.
it. February 20th?
So the
28th?
upcoming meetings are January the 28th is the local business. Do we have anyone scheduled?
You and Curtis will be out of town, so you have to reschedule that meeting.
Oh, we'll have to reschedule, okay.
And then somebody says some vote was scheduled for the.
yeah.
Is there somebody on for now?
Oh,
Yeah,
And then have they confirmed their attendance or not yet?
no,
Is there just one person?
What day is it?
The 28th,
28th.
January.
yes.
All right, let's reschedule it then.
I would prefer that all of council was present during, this community members' visit to council.
Is there any other days that week, or is that a week where everybody's gone?
I know you guys are gone the 28th, 29th, correct?
Mm-hmm.
28th, 29th?
Good Friday.
The 30th? The 30th?
On the
Does that
Friday.
work for you guys?
I could do the 30th in the daytime.
In the morning, can we do the morning?
I could do the morning
It depends on the community members' availability. I
if they're
would say.
available.
And that's to reschedule the evening of the 28th one?
Yes.
Okay.
That is a PA day if that affects anybody.
So that you want to reschedule the 28th local business to,
The morning of the 30th if they're available.
to January the 30th. 9 a.m.?
Yeah.
Okay, is there a motion?
A motion.
Aaron, and who will second it?
Second.
Laurie?
And when will we find out if the people are available?
I will try to call them this afternoon when we're done.
Yeah, okay, thanks. Let me know as, so I can, inform the boss.
And I believe that the 17th was okay because yous are gone the 18th, 19th,
Yeah.
correct?
And so was there another one we had to reschedule?
No.
I thought the one that Curtis did.
You
So
just
Linda
did.
had mentioned another
No,
one, but it was already.
you're
read.
going to go to the NIH meeting, right?
Yeah,
Health trend-
AIAI,
Health transition, okay, that's
There's two,
fine.
don't they?
Okay, so we're good.
but it's good because it's the same day as the
Yeah.
Okay, that concludes our,
There's that transition extension.
No, no,
that.
Is it private?
she said private.
Oh, sorry, never mind.
okay. That concludes then our public portion of the Tyendinaga Mohawk Council meeting for January the 23rd. And I would like to thank all of our members who joined us online and wish you all a good day. And winter's not over yet, so when you're out walking, just be extra careful that you don't fall and injure yourself, and enjoy the rest of the day, folks. Thank you so much for joining.
I need a motion to go into
Onigi
private.
wahi sawat fuego.
I'll motion to go into private.
Move to go in private.
second.
And Linda.
We're supposed to get another way, so we're